No, they haven't made it. They completed the course in 1 minute and 42 seconds. And that's 2 seconds too slow to beat Leyenberg. And the judge is just officially confirming both the times and the result. The result is that the 2 points go to Leyenberg, and that means they've now closed the gap a bit more. And now we come to the special event. And these two gentlemen seated on donkeys here are the mayors of the two towns. And that's the mayor of Leyenberg waving there. And the mayor of Frankenthal follows suit. And these are the contestants in the special event. The megaphones the mayors are brandishing, they can use for shouting instructions to the men in the masks. And now to let the money roll. The two mayors operate a mechanism which releases the imitation coins you see in front of them. And away they go. What a lovely lot of money.
Achtung jetzt. 3, 2, 1.
What the contestants in the masks have to do is to try and collect as many coins as possible within the time limit, which is 4 minutes. Now, they can't see anything through their masks, but they can be helped both by the mayors up at the top there and by the two lady trainers. The lady trainers aren't allowed any closer than the bar that you can see on the ground. And what on earth is Erhard Keller doing up there? Oh, I know what he's doing. He's making sure that all the coins have been released and have rolled down onto the ground. You see, these coins represent real money in German marks. The coins will be exchanged later according to the value indicated on them. Altogether, there are 3,000 marks here. So that's the amount the two teams will share between them if the men in the masks manage to collect all the coins. This money then has to go towards community facilities in the towns concerned. That's to say, towards things like a new children's playground and so on and so forth. And that gives the men here all the more reason for working really hard to collect as much as they possibly can within the time limit. Now, I think that the fact that the two mayors of the towns are present here today give you some idea of the prestige and significance of this program. It's a very important event indeed for the towns taking part. Towns that do take part in Telematch are very grateful for the publicity and frequently find that the number of visitors increases rapidly in the following months. And if you're a town that depends on tourism to any extent, well, this is something to be really grateful for. And that reminds me that I've still got to tell you something about the two towns taking part in today's contest. But if you'll just let me take a break for a moment or two, I'll be right back. Right, and I'll start with the hometown of Leyenberg. Now, I mentioned at the beginning that Leyenberg is very close to the town of Stuttgart, which is in the bottom third of the Federal Republic of Germany. Anyway, its closeness to the city has helped the population of Leyenberg to increase rapidly since the Second World War to its present level of 36,000. But despite this rapid growth, the medieval town centre has been preserved and is a very attractive site with its fine timbered houses. Leyenberg has two claims to fame. One is that a great philosopher, Friedrich Schelling, was born here. And the other is that a well-known breed of dogs also comes from the town.
Ja, das ist unheimlich.
Oh dear, it's over already. And I was just catching my breath before going on to tell you about Frankenthal, but I can do that later. Anyway, I think you can see the result for yourselves here very clearly. The biggest money grabber came from Leyenberg, at least as far as the number of coins is concerned. And now let's have a look at this man's face when he sees just how much money he's collected. I bet he'll be surprised and pleased. But he seems to take it very calmly indeed. But still, now to do the counting, and Frankenthal first. And they're easier too because their pile is a lot smaller. Why don't you count with us?
60.
Let's see how good your German is. 110, 120, 130, 150, 200, 410, 30, 530. Oh, she forgot where she was there. And there's the last one, making it 560 altogether. 560 marks for Frankenthal.
160 deutsche Mark für Frankenthal.
And what a good start for Leyenberg, 500 marks. And I'll leave you to count along with the woman trainer this time. You're going to need a lot of German, though, because the Leyenberg total must be well over 2,000 marks.
770, 790, 810, 820, 830, 40, 940, 950, 960, 70, 80, 90, 1000.
Also kurz gesagt, es muss auf jeden Fall die Differenz von der Summe bei unseren Freund nebenan und von 3.000 Mark bekommen.
30, 80, 100, 50, 100.
Jetzt, Moment.
There's a bit of a mix-up here. You know, you'd think that counting was the hardest part of the contest.
320, ja, 330, 340, 360, 410, 560, 460, 30, 40, 50. Wie viel sind es noch?
Jetzt zählen wir hier weiter.
500, 600.
The girl trainer has given up. She's had enough. Oh, and another 500 mark coin, bringing the total so far, I think anyway, up to 1,120. By the way, I think I'd better tell you that there's not really such a thing as a 500 mark coin. So if anybody offers you one, he probably comes from Telematch. Well, according to this expert counter, that makes 1,440 plus 1,000, which must have been right at the beginning. I didn't catch that. So all in all, Leyenberg have got 2,440 marks, and that's a lovely lot of money. And now back to the ordinary events, the events that bring in points. And the next event is the 7th altogether, and once again it features real horses. And Leyenberg are playing their joker. At the moment, they're 2 points behind, so if they win this event, they'll be 2 points in front.
Ist schon ganz nervös, ich glaube, wir lassen ihn gleich laufen. Achtung, 3, 2, 1.
Well, the horse seems pretty frisky, but the young man obviously knows how to handle it. And here you can already see what he's got to do. Collect rings one at a time and take them to the finishing line and drop them over a post. Once again, there's a time limit for this event. It's 3 minutes. And the winning team is the one that collects the most rings within this time. By the way, the young man riding for Leyenberg really is a young man. He's just 16 years of age. And I guess he must be feeling pretty proud, not just to be taking part, but also that his town should stake its joker on him and his skill. Just 3 rings to go. And at this rate, he'll be finishing well within the time limit. Incidentally, I don't know if you noticed, but the rings that have to be picked up are positioned at different levels. You watch when our rider comes round again and you'll see what I mean. There. In other words, the first ring to be picked up was the easiest one because it was the highest. And the last one is the most difficult because it's the lowest. This lad really is good. Just 1 ring to go. Oh, that was bad luck. And what happens now? And there's the answer. One of the judges sets it up again. And this time he's made it. And I really think that was a great performance, especially if you bear in mind the lad's age. And Frankenthal are going to find that time very difficult to beat.
Wir haben alle 5 Ringe im Ziel, die Zeit...
6.
Alle Ringe im Ziel, die Zeit 1:56.
Confirmation of the time, 1 minute and 56 seconds.
1 Minute 56.
50 Sekunden.
1 Minute 56 Sekunden.
And this is the man who's going to have to try and beat that Leyenberg time of 1 minute 56 seconds. Interestingly enough, he's over twice the age of the previous contestant. He's a 34-year-old technician. And let's